The Buccaneers nearly lost a key piece of their offense, causing major concern within the franchise. Godwin opened up about a decision that could have changed everything in Tampa Bay, and Jason Licht had to act fast to prevent disaster. Now that free agency is mostly settled, the team is shifting its focus to another major challenge, bolstering critical positions before the season starts. And there's one specific position that could determine the future of the Bucs' defense. You won't want to miss a single detail, so hit that like button and let's dive into the video. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers had a major scare with Godwin during free agency, but in the end, they managed to keep their star receiver from slipping away to another team. With negotiations dragging on until the last second, there was real concern that if Godwin tested the market, Tampa simply wouldn't be able to compete with the truckloads of cash other franchises were offering. That's where Jason Licht, the mastermind behind the scenes, stepped in and locked down a 3-year, $66 million deal with $44 million guaranteed, ensuring that Godwin would continue wearing red and pewter. But this extension almost didn't happen. In an interview with NFL insiders, Godwin opened up and admitted he was very close to leaving. To be completely honest, I think we were really close to going in a different direction, Godwin revealed. When you get to this point, you have to consider everything carefully. My wife, Mariah, and I had a lot of tough conversations. My agent, too. At the end of the day, we had to understand what was best for our family. Not everyone would make the same decision, and I get that. But I had to trust my instincts, what felt right for us in the long run. Staying here, where we feel at home, where we can raise our newborn. All of that weighed heavily in our choice. Now it's clear why Licht and company had some sleepless nights. Godwin was one step out the door, and if he had tested the market, the outcome might have been very different. But now, with number 14 back, Tampa Bay can breathe a sigh of relief and start dreaming about 2025. It's worth noting that Godwin was playing at a high level before an ankle injury ended his season in Week 7. Even without him, Baker Mayfield led an offense that averaged 29.5 points per game. Now, with Godwin joining Mike Evans and Jalen McMillan in Josh Grizzard's system, the Bucs have a formidable trio. But the lesson here is clear. The franchise nearly lost one of its offensive pillars. In the end, they managed to keep him, but just barely. So, Bucs fans, do you think Tampa made the right move to keep the offense competitive? Drop your thoughts in the comments. But if you think this was the biggest concern of the offseason, wait until you see the challenges the Bucs still have to address on defense. The Buccaneers entered this offseason with some glaring roster holes. While not everything could be fixed through free agency alone, Jason Licht made precise moves that left the team in a much better position heading into next month's draft. But there are still gaps to fill, and with the entire starting offense from 2024 returning, it's clear the focus now shifts to the defense. So, let's break down which areas Tampa Bay is likely to prioritize in the 2025 NFL Draft. First, the secondary needs reinforcements, especially at cornerback. The Bucs didn't address this position in free agency, meaning the draft could be the solution. Despite rumors that Jamel Dean might be traded or cut after an injury-riddled season, Licht held firm and kept the veteran, whose $13 million per year contract now looks like a bargain compared to what Carlton Davis got from the Patriots, $54 million over 3 years. With Tyke Smith moving back to safety, the nickel corner spot remains open. Christian Ezien might hold it down, but Tampa Bay will likely look for a versatile corner early in the draft to fill that role. Another position that needs attention is inside linebacker. Everyone was happy about Lavonte David returning for at least one more year, but the reality is he's closer to the end of his career than his prime. The Bucs need to think about the future and find his successor. Servosia Dennis has talent but has spent much of the last 2 seasons injured. The best move would be to draft a top 5 linebacker prospect, someone who can compete with Dennis immediately and eventually take over when David decides to hang up his cleats. And we can't forget about the pass rush. Tampa Bay made a big move by signing Hassan Reddick to a 1-year deal and also retained Anthony Nelson, who knows Todd Bowles' system well. But that doesn't mean the edge rusher position is set. The defense still needs young talent to ensure a consistent pass rush. If an impact player is available in the first round, don't be surprised if the Bucs invest in one. Bowles has made it clear that he wants a defense capable of pressuring with just 4 linemen, and pairing Reddick with a young pass rusher could finally give Tampa Bay that ability. Beyond these priority positions, the Bucs have other secondary needs to consider. With 6 draft picks and the possibility of Licht trading for more, as he has in the past, Tampa could address multiple areas, including safety, defensive tackle, tight end, offensive line, and wide receiver. The roster has already improved significantly since the start of the offseason, but there's still work to be done to make sure the Bucs are truly ready to compete in 2025. The truth is, Tampa Bay narrowly avoided an unnecessary crisis, but managed to prevent disaster on offense. Now, the focus must be on the defense, which still has some concerning gaps. Jason Licht has proven he knows how to navigate the market, but will he make the right moves in the draft?